The best eating rib is the rib that you have to eat off the bone, not fall off the bone. Because if you got to eat it off the bone, that means it's been cooked very slowly and good. So I like it better to eat it off the bone instead of falling off. The ribs are smoked over wood, red oak, little hickory. Matter of fact, today I have some apple in there, a couple pieces of apple. Slow cooked, 2.5, 3 hours, very slow cooked, the old-fashioned way. The way people really would enjoy it.
The biggest reaction is they can't believe that we're here and that they're getting something that's very authentic, you know, something that's real. And if you want to feed yourself, you want to feed yourself with something that's wholesome.
I really enjoy cooking. I mean, this makes my day, and especially when someone come in and buy it and tell me, oh, I love the food. That makes my day twice.
So, Craig, you've written about all kinds of barbecue. Tell us why Honey One hits the spot.
Well, it's all about the pork. I mean, you're definitely not going there for the decor and the artwork. It's just barren, bare, fluorescent lights. But the man cooks real traditional Southern barbecue. Mr. Adams is from Arkansas. His son, Robert Jr., works the counter. They have a big old-fashioned Southern barbecue pit where they burn oak and a little bit of hickory, and it absorbs that wonderful, wistful, seductive oak flavor.
Wow. Now, to say you love barbecue is just sort of an understatement. I mean, you live, breathe, eat it. What makes Honey One Barbecue the best you've had?
He has the right balance of all the flavors. It's not over-seasoned, and it's just what good traditional Southern barbecue should be.
All right. Now, Victoria, you lived in the Southwest of the United States, so no stranger to barbecue, and you love it. How was your experience?
It was mediocre at best. You're right. I love ribs. I used to live in Arizona, ate ribs 3, 4, 5 times a week. I went to this place hoping for some really great ribs, and the ribs were what disappointed. I had the pulled pork sandwich, which was excellent. The pulled pork was very tender. It was lean for pulled pork. The sauce was wonderful. We also had a half a rack of the ribs. Maybe it was just that day. The ribs were fatty and a little on the tough side.
Now, were you expecting fall off the bone?
Not really, because we knew it wasn't baby back ribs, so we didn't expect fall off the bone. But even for regular ribs,
spare ribs.
They were a little
The
fatty.
cut of the rib, whether it's baby back or spares, is not going to make them fall off the bone. The way they fall off the bone is if they boil or steam them, and that's what a lot of local restaurants do. And good ribs should not fall off the bone. They should tug off the bone, but you should be able to get them off of there.
Yeah, these were hard to get off the bone. And, you know, with ribs, you expect a lot of fat. I mean, you don't eat ribs as a diet food, but there was just very little meat.
My experience was a little different from Victoria's. I went there the first time with friends, and I was not very happy. The chicken wings we ordered were undercooked. The shrimp was overcooked, and the rib tips that I'd ordered, because I ordered the tips start off tender and end up tough. And as I'm walking out, I see the ribs. I see a slab of ribs, and the ribs look fantastic. So I made sure I could go back, and I went back another day to get more ribs, and my experience was completely different. I thought the ribs were great. They were smoked to perfection. They weren't fatty. I didn't find them tough at all, and the sauce was excellent. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too sweet. It was great.
And I think he's gutsy in the fact that he serves the ribs without sauce. You can put the sauce on it if you want, or you can ask him to put it on it for you. That's a sign of a man who is confident in his meat.
He's proud of the ribs
He was
made,
very
right.
nice. He explained to us how they do things, how they cook the meat and everything else, which we enjoyed a great deal. And so I think that's part of the reason why we expected to be wowed.
Did anybody have the hot links?
I had the hot links. My first experience, I had the hot links. They came with the rib tips. I got a combination. I eat hot links every blue moon, but I never had hot links like this. They were kind of good.
Now, I think all three at the table can agree on one thing, and that's the barbecue sauce, which is made by the mother.
Excellent. I love the sauce. And one of the main reasons I went back is I had sauce on my fingers, and on the way home, I'm licking my fingers, and I said I got to go back.
I'm glad you went back.
I'm glad I went back too.
The lesson is when it says barbecue on the front, don't order the fried chicken wings. Don't order the fried fish. Order the barbecue.
Craig, it's not often we have a barbecue expert on. I want to really get back to the wood, the hickory wood versus the oak wood. I mean, they actually source out a wood person to bring the wood. And I mean, you say that really makes a difference.
It does. Hickory can get very bitter, and a lot of places talk about hickory smoked. What they mean is they have a gas cooker and they throw hickory chunks or hickory chips in there to get a hickory smoke. But this man is cooking straight over wood. In fact, he sits there by the pit with a garden hose in case the wood gets overheated. And I had a chat with him after dinner, and he while we're talking, he's sitting there squirting the garden hose on the fire. I mean, this is just really backyard Southern style cooking.
Any barbecue joint, like you're talking about tending the fire, you'll be on one day and off one day. That conversation you had with them could have messed them up for the rest of the night. I mean, it's a
What
fact.
night did you go?
Oh, and it's BYO, by the way, and there's a
Yes.
liquor store across the street, so you can go over there and buy your own wine or beer.
While we're on the subject of BYO, I like dry rosé. I know you love wine. I like dry rosé with my barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have beer with barbecue.
Ever since-
it's
But beer?
traditional. Beer with barbecue,
I
and
do
I'm not
beer.
even
I
a big
still
beer
lean towards
drinker.
beer, although
beer with barbecue.
I'll
is-
drink
cuts
sparkling wines with
everything.
barbecue.
Champagne and barbecue?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Craig, you recommended Honey One Barbecue. Give us a summary.
It's all about the barbecue. It's all about the pork. And if you don't get sauce on you, you're not doing it right.
Victoria.
Get the pulled pork sandwich. They have a lunch special with pulled pork and extra sauce.
Ellen.
Skip everything, go straight for the ribs, and don't pass go. Just keep going.
Well, you can judge the ribs for yourself at Honey One Barbecue, 2241 Northwestern Avenue, 773-227-5130. Open for lunch and dinner every day except Monday. Reservations are not accepted. Alcoholic beverages are BYOB, and the average tab per person is $10.